Meesho IPO, a $5 billion storm built from India's small dreams. It was late at night. A small apartment building in Bangalore, on the second floor, a lone bulb flickering. In that dim light, a young boy sat hunched over his laptop, sometimes staring at an Excel sheet, sometimes at a WhatsApp group, and sometimes at the stories of small Indian shopkeepers who had plenty of hard work, but very little reach. That night, the boy understood one thing: if India's real strength lies in its small sellers, then their marketplace should be just as big. That night, an idea was born. And a few years later, that same idea is now all set to become the country's most talked about IPO. The name, Meesho. And the story? Far bigger, far more emotional, and far more Indian. A few months from now, a bell will ring in India's stock market whose sound will echo not just across Dalal Street, but in every small home across the country. Why? Because for the first time, an IPO is coming that Tier 2 towns, Tier 3 cities, and small entrepreneurs across India consider their platform. Meesho, a startup that traveled from the rooftops of homes to mobile screens, and from mobile screens to millions of wallets. And now, the company is entering the public market with its IPO this December. But the biggest question: is this IPO only about money? Or is it the story of an India that once found itself standing outside the online marketplace? The story begins in a small room where two friends, Vidit Atre and 𝐮𝐩𝐿𝐿 were thinking that India's millions of small shopkeepers needed a platform built for them. No burden of ads, no fear of commissions, no challenge of competing with giant companies. Just a simple way for anyone, whether a student, a housewife, or a small shop owner, to open their own store from home. Meesho began in 2015 with this mission: a WhatsApp-based selling system where sellers could deliver their products to customers without extra costs, without tech barriers. Slowly, Meesho stopped being just a platform. It became a source of livelihood for millions of women who had never seen business discussions inside their homes. It became an opportunity for small shopkeepers in villages, giving them the courage to stand against moles and online giants. Meesho launched a commission-free model that almost eliminated the entry barrier for sellers. And within no time, this platform stood tall between giants like Flipkart and Amazon and said, India's real market is where needs are big, but pockets are small. Today, Meesho has more than 15 million sellers. Every month, millions of orders are processed. And now, December 2025, this is the month when Meesho is set to raise 4,250 crore through its IPO. But the suspense doesn't end here. This IPO isn't just a fundraising event. It is the first major chapter of India's social commerce revolution. Meesho submitted its draft papers confidentially to SEBI in July. Then, in October, it filed an updated DRHP. And now, the final round of roadshows, calls with global investors, and valuation negotiations are complete. Meesho's estimated valuation, $5 billion. And remember, in 2024, it raised funds at a valuation of $3.9 billion. What does this mean? The company's growth is rising like a rocket. In this OFS, Old Investors, Elevation, Peak 15, Venture Highway, Y Combinator, will sell around 5 to 7% of their holdings. This step indicates that investors trust the company's long-term potential. The book-running lead managers are top global names: Kotak, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Citi, Axis, and that in itself is a signal that this IPO is on the global radar as well. But the biggest question for viewers is, what will Meesho do with all this money? Meesho's plan is absolutely clear. A major chunk of the IPO funds will go to Meesho Technologies Private Limited, MTPL, which will upgrade AI, machine learning, and cloud infrastructure. The future of e-commerce will be entirely driven by technology, smart pricing, predictive delivery, automated returns, inventory intelligence, and Meesho is preparing to become India's first pure social commerce tech giant in this space. Along with this, there will be major hiring. The company will onboard new engineers, tech leads, AI scientists, and support teams. Marketing, branding, new categories, regional supply chain expansion, and deeper penetration into Tier 4 towns, all of this is included in Meesho's roadmap. Now let's go back 2015, when India's e-commerce was still big city-centric. Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. These were the cities where customers were going digital. But Meesho said from day one, India's real customer is not the one standing in a mall. It's the one standing in their courtyard at home. Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4 towns, where incomes are low but aspirations are huge. Meesho captured this aspiration. In a country where millions of women don't just lack jobs, but don't even have time to step outside, Meesho gave them financial independence for the first time. Today, 70% of Meesho's sellers are women, housewives, students, homepreneurs, small things, kurtis, kids wear, beauty items, home decor. But these orders support someone's household, someone's education, someone's medical treatment, someone's self-respect. Meesho's model was also unique. Zero commission, low return friction, easy uploads, code-friendly, WhatsApp sharing. This simple power set it apart from the giants. When India's e-commerce was only about shopping, Meesho turned it into earning. Now the question, financial performance? In the financial year 2024, Meesho's revenue was around 7,600 crore, double compared to the previous year. Losses are decreasing. The contribution margin is positive, and the company is moving rapidly toward profitability. These numbers show that the marketplace is not just growing, it is also maturing. Now imagine this. You live in a small town. You have a shop. You have limited footfall. You dream of selling online. But on sites like Amazon and Flipkart, the competition is huge, the commission is heavy, and the ads are expensive. In such a situation, what does Meesho say? You just upload your product. If it sells, the earnings are yours. And this very USP makes Meesho India's most lovable and most inclusive e-commerce platform. Now comes the second biggest question in this story. Why is Meesho bringing such a large IPO? The direct reason, India's next phase is going to be mobile first, seller first, and technology driven. Meesho is operating by holding the triangle of data, technology, and small sellers. No other social commerce platform in India is investing as aggressively in AI and logistics intelligence as Meesho. And after the IPO, Meesho's plan list becomes even bigger. Entry into new markets, geographies like Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, private label expansion, grocery experiment 2.0, drone delivery feasibility pilots, metropolitan warehouse, and most importantly, India's first integrated social selling network. Now let's take a moment to return to those Indian retail investors for whom this IPO is a major opportunity. For the first time, they will get a chance to invest in a startup that is built not just on India, but on the confidence hidden within every small Indian seller. The Meesho IPO gives retail investors a chance to become part of the future of e-commerce.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.